What's up, you guys? My name is Alex Hampton, and today I'm going to be doing a one-spot video on do I think video games are made to be into movies. Now, I got this question literally about a few weeks ago, and you know what? I decided to answer it on this little one spot that I'm going to be iterating on my YouTube channel. And if this is the very first time you've ever seen any of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Then hit that bell right next to it. That way you get all the notifications of every time I'm releasing a video here on my YouTube channel. Now, do I think that video games are made to be movies? And the very simple answer of that is no. When video games come out, they don't have the intent of one day being a film of any kind. There have been plenty of fan films made out of video games. Like there's plenty of Street Fighter fan films. There's some Tekken fan films. There's even Pokemon fan films. There's even a Sonic fan film of this type of stuff. But video games were created for the person to endure the video game from the video game's perspective. You hop into that world and you basically dictate the destiny of the character that you are portraying. But here's the thing though, just because that they were made to be video games and not necessarily made to be movies, it doesn't mean that they can't be told in a movie with a great story. And the reason why a lot of video games have failed in the past is because a lot of the video game movies have just been trash. That's just being honest. They have been terrible movies. Assassin's Creed is a bad movie. Warcraft, terrible movie. Mortal Kombat 2, 3, and all the other ones, terrible. And the list goes on. And the reason why they're terrible movies is because they take so much of the source material and they try to rely on the material to tell a good story. And that's, in essence, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're telling a story hoping that the fans of that material are going to flock to it, 9 times out of 10, if it's not a good story, people are not going to watch it. And the one good thing I loved about Sonic the Hedgehog and even the Detective Pikachu, they took the source material of those 2 video games and all they did was tell an independent story about those characters. See, I'm in the belief of you don't need to rely so heavily on the source material to tell a good movie, but if you reference it a little bit and include some key characters in it and tell a very independent story that doesn't necessarily have to do with 100% of the source material, I can guarantee it would be a great story. Now, granted, Sonic is not a perfect movie by any standard. However, it is a really good movie. It's a really fun family movie that I think everyone should go see. Same for Detective Pikachu. It's a very family fun movie that I think all people who are fans of that genre should go see. And they are telling stories that are not so heavily wrapped around the source material of those particular characters. So yes, video game movies can work if you give them a good story. They won't work if you think that relying on the material of the source material is going to be the ultimate selling point. To end this video with this one last point, I take the Dark Knight franchise, right? Now, granted, the Dark Knight franchise is not based off any video game whatsoever, right? But the cool thing about the Dark Knight franchise is that particular franchise loosely based the Batman character from the comic books. There are some key elements from the comic books that they do reference, but this is a Batman living in the real world where there isn't a Superman, there isn't an Aquaman, there isn't a Static Shock, there isn't a Green Arrow, there isn't anything like that. It's a real man becoming Batman in this world where there isn't any craziness going on, any mystical elements. And that in itself is something to look at and say, you know what? Christopher Nolan told this story from an independent standpoint of what would Batman be like in the real world. That's what it was like when you watch Sonic. What would Sonic do in the real world? And you don't really see that from any of his video games. You barely see that in some of his TV shows. And you barely see that from some of his source material. And that's the thing. That's how you tell a great video game story. So ultimately, no, video game movies were not meant to be, or video games were not meant to be in movies. However, if you take a video game property and tell a great story, I can almost guarantee you it would be a great movie. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you get all the updates of every time I'm releasing a video here on Momentum Media. And if you want to support us here on Momentum Media, go ahead and go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Momentum Media. We have 3 tiers on there, guys. Every dollar you donate helps us support us here on our channel and create really great content. A lot of great content is coming out on my channel. 2020 is going to be an amazing year, so I can't wait to keep putting out content. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and as always, you have a blessed day.